Hi, I'm Christina. Welcome to Soundwave TV. A very special episode. We're backstage at the Slayer Sidewave in Sydney. How are you going, Kerry?
I'm doing very well today.
Excellent. So how's tour going so far? You've been reconnecting with old friends and so forth?
A little bit. I got friends here in Sydney. Pretty much that's the only place here
Yeah?
and there. But it's third show in a row after we haven't played in a while. So this is the longest one of the tour. So, it was good to get some sleep last night. And, it should be good today.
Excellent. Well, I know a lot of people in Sydney are really looking forward to it.
Well, yeah. I'm glad we got to play 2 shows this time because last time we missed it.
How's it been going with John and stuff? You've been happy? He's
It's
been playing some
amazing.
killer
It's
shows?
amazing that yesterday was the 5th time we played.
Yeah.
Period. And it was just...
Kick ass?
It's better than that.
Yeah.
It was just devastating. It was awesome.
That's excellent.
Yeah,
That's always good.
He's doing really good because, if we didn't say anything and nobody's paying attention, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
And so that means he's doing a great job.
Yeah, definitely. So you guys played together for 3 years, obviously.
I couldn't even tell you if it's that long. I know it's long.
Yeah.
He told me, he's like, that was 17 years ago. And I went, holy shit.
Yeah.
Where's the time go?
It goes pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's interesting, like what Tom was saying as well, in terms of the songwriting process within Slayer, you kind of go away and work on ideas, you're working with Jeff and stuff. How's the new album sort of coming together and forming,
I've got 11 songs done.
Amazing.
So, don't know who's going to do them.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to produce it. I don't know who's going to play it.
So Greg Fiedelman not involved, or? Yeah.
I think Metallica's got him monopolized.
Oh, really?
He had February open, and I was hoping to get some work done in February, and then February just got too busy for us. So I don't know if he gets another window. I would like to do it between Australia and Europe in June.
Yeah, that would be pretty amazing.
That would be great.
Yeah, flood it in.
Just be done with it. It could get mixed while I'm out on tour and be out in September, October. Yeah, it's a perfect world, so we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. What's the story of the record, or give us a little?
Well, 2 of them are done.
Taste.
We recorded 2 last year with Greg Fidelman.
Oh,
and
fantastic.
they just never got mixed. They're done. Their vocals, leads, they are done. And they were going to put them out before Mayhem last year.
Yeah.
And that never got done. So I said, why waste them on an EP for nothing? Save them for the record.
Definitely. So
those 2 are done. The 9 others, I just got to teach whoever's going to play them, and they're ready to go.
Yeah. So do you have a short list in mind, or?
Yeah. Well, this just happened a week ago.
Yeah.
10 days ago. So I don't know.
So what's the real story? If you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. But
well, it's unfortunate that Dave couldn't be with us. I planned on him being here.
Yeah.
Up until the Monday before I left. And then I saw Trouble in Paradise, and since I'm the mastermind on making decisions like this, I thought, all right, I got a backup plan.
Yeah, definitely.
Just in case. Because I would have hated to have just Australia blown out. Can you imagine how shitty that would have been?
We would be so sad.
I would have been so sad. I love Australia.
Yeah, and Australia loves you back,
I did what I thought was best, and we pulled it off.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, John's obviously got the chops. I saw the show the other day.
It's amazing. And he was completely out of playing for a while, he told me. And then
check out the cobwebs.
To just be at the level of playing he is, it's really awesome.
Is it good sort of having a bit of a break over the last few years in terms of recording, or just to...
Well, I've been working on, the new material a lot, and I worked on it a lot with Dave. So I haven't decided if we move on. I haven't decided if I play the new guy what we'd done, or just playing the guitar stuff that I made up and say, what do you think? Because I know what I want to be there. And I can tell him if it's going the wrong direction. No, you got to play this. But I haven't even thought that far yet.
Did you see it kind of coming, or it just sort of
Tom
came out of nowhere? Yeah.
Tom
he
did.
Had a vibe.
Tom's been he's been on the fence about Dave for a while, and I was pretty much the one that said, "Nah, I'm not comfortable moving
dealing
on."
with this. Yeah.
And then it got thrust in our face, and I took action immediately, and I got a very lucky. Culmination of things that happened.
Cool. Have you got an album title yet?
I got one that I wanted to use on the last one.
Yeah?
But I got outvoted, and I come up with some really harsh titles, and
really,
some people aren't ready for them.
What's the one that this album won't be called?
I still like it.
Yeah.
I still like it, so I'm not going to say in case I win this time.
Yeah.
Waiting for the change. Blood dripping from the jaws of death. Not enough to satisfy. They must break this full of life.
How do you sort of get into a creative mode? Like, do you sort of have to kind of cut things off? Because, I mean, you're sort of essentially the songwriting mastermind of Slayer.
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this time, I had it in my mind that I didn't know if Jeff was going to come to the party, or if he was going to have anything, or if he wasn't going to have anything. So I said, you know what, I'm going to go out and I'm going to write 10, 12 songs. You know, and if Jeff contributes like he did on the last record, I'll use half of those for this and half for something else, you know, go play with some of my friends. Because everybody bugs me every year to go do something. I'm like, man, I didn't realize I was going to have to write an entire Slayer record. So
Yeah.
That's where it is now. I don't know if Jeff's going to be bringing anything to the party or not, but if he does, that means I got more songs for myself.
Yeah, definitely. He's still recovering, really, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, how do you even know what getting better means?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not everybody that almost had their arm cut off.
It would have been quite confronting, I imagine.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like the poor guy, especially.
I mean,
with
he was that close. He was
Yeah.
that close. The doctor, this is the actual doctor's words, said, brought his wife in to tell him goodbye in case he didn't make it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and the doctor said, first I'm going to try to save your life, then I'm going to try to save your arm, then I'm going to try to save your career.
And
So they're still working on the career parts.
well, at least he's still around. Do you remember when you guys first met?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What was the story? Yeah.
I was going for an audition for this shitty band. I didn't know it was shitty at the time. And he was, I guess it was in some kind of warehouse where they had like an office in front for whatever. And Jeff was the dude in the office, I guess, you know, running kind of like, I guess it was a studio. And he was like, you know, putting people in the right rooms and stuff. And I came out after playing with a horrible band. And he was playing guitar, and I was talking to him for a second, and he was playing all the songs I knew. And I said, hey, man, are you in a band? Would you like to be? And we went.
As the AC/DC of metal.
Yeah,
you guys going
I'm
forever?
not blowing sunshine on my ass,
No.
but you know, I think it's an
apt comparison.
It makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, AC/DC made the same record 100 times.
And
That's
it's
kind of
still
what we
awesome.
do.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we do.
And and then it's exactly what I said. It makes you feel like you did when you first heard that song. It takes you back in time.
And one of the songs I told you that I had done,
Yeah.
I played for my BC Rich representative. Then he says, I just got goosebumps. I'm like, me too, it's awesome.
Oh, killer. So you're feeling pretty good about this record.
Well, what we got
Yeah.
done, the first song it's called Implode, and it's really awesome.
Excellent. What's the lyrical story of it?
That one's kind of like how everybody thinks the world's going to end, and you know it was written before the Mayan disaster. Yeah, but you know it's everybody says, you know, if we do this, we're going to fuck up the earth, and we're going to do that, we're going to fuck up the earth, and the earth take care of itself. You know,
It's been doing.
we will go a long time before the earth does.
Excellent. That's an interesting concept. So what kind of stuff do you read? Do you read much?
No, I don't read
Not a big
much.
reader?
I read when I'm in Europe, and there's a lot of flights and stuff like that. Yeah, I just got too many things going on.
Yeah. What kind of other stuff you work on sort of outside the band, or is this all within the band
I breed
stuff?
carpet pythons.
Really?
Yep,
How many have you got?
about 500.
500? Oh, wow. So you got like some mad, giant greenhouse kind of situation.
Yeah, you don't need a greenhouse. You know, they all have individual heat sources, so they can get warm or they can get off the heat.
Excellent.
That's another reason I love Australia, because I got friends here that breed them. I got friends that take me to Australian Reptile Park and do behind-the-scenes stuff.
Oh, killer.
Yeah, that's...
Have you already done that this week?
Nah, I might go tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
I had to take on a full-time guy a couple of years ago because I started producing 300 babies a year, and our touring was moving up, so I couldn't have that take away from my time in Slayer. So I had to switch things up.
Is there any sort of other sort of hints, like mood-wise, we're going, I mean, it's just going to be straight up Slayer, essentially.
It is. You know, every time I try to get a song with a different flavor, maybe, or two.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's definitely the traditional stuff. You know, if I could come up with something that I've never heard done before as a rhythm to a lead or a rhythm to a verse, I'll definitely try to. If I get this, you know, mad scientist thing in my head and say, hey, I never heard anybody do this, so I'm going to have to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
That's excellent.
I'll test myself that way, you know. But I think, you know, at the end of the day, you're always just in search for the holy grail of riffs. And I don't know if it's been written yet or not, but I'm still looking for it.
Yeah, this could be it.
Maybe.
Excellent. Kerry, can you tell us about your tattoos? We're sort of doing a tattoo feature. Okay. Yeah.
This is the Paul Booth arm. Well,
Yep.
on the inside, God Hates Us All. That wasn't Paul Booth. But that was one where my original guy that did all my tribal, I called him up and I said, I got this great idea. Well, but God Hates Us All on the inside of my arm. So when I show it to the crowd, you know, then you can read it and it's big enough to where you can see it from anywhere in the building. And then after I did that, I just turned Paul loose on the rest of the arm. And Paul's so funny, you know, 'cause he's my friend first.
Yeah.
And every time he starts to do something creepy, he's like, hey, man, are you okay with this? You okay with this? I'm like, Paul, it says God hates us all on the inside of my arm. I don't think you're going to offend me. For this one, he had Jesus with his eyes getting poked out by his crown of thorns. And there's some demon guy kind of puking on him. And then up here, this is the last thing he did, the cross. And he's like, I'm thinking about putting a cross, you know? And this is after he did hang on.
Yeah. You're right.
The 666, and he's getting ready
Just
to put the cross in. He's like, "It's okay." I'm like, "Paul, come on, you know me. Listen to what I write." You know, he's just so polite. You know, it's really funny.
No, that's killer. And this, you just got, got the
This
whole
is
tribal vibe.
this is the original one, the tribal one, and I wanted it big and bold so you can see it in the same idea from anywhere in an arena or a big theater or whatever we're playing. And that's how I did that one. And then I had the idea to keep this one big, but I did the God Hates Us All. And he's such a good artist, I just turned him loose.
Yeah, that's
And I
it.
said, you know.
I like the, fearlessness of that. But you seem
Dude,
like,
it's Paul Booth. I mean.
So, Kerry, tell us about your favorite tattoo.
The newly named Kronos?
Indeed.
Yeah. Man, it's Paul Booth, obviously. And I got that right when my wife and I started dating. So that would have been like 2001, 2002. And I had an idea, just have, a face looking out the back of my head, not like eyes in the back of my head or anything, because everybody's done that. But, I thought it'd be cool to have one of Paul's demonic faces peering out of the back of my head. And that one, like he sketched something out with a red Sharpie or whatever he uses. And then he gave it more of a kind of a deranged, evil look. And I'm like, that's it, go.
And that's essentially it. Mm-hmm. It's pretty amazing. How did you propose to your wife?
She told me we were getting married when we went to Vegas.
Awesome. That's rock and roll.
Pretty much.
Excellent. That's a heavy metal way to do it.
Yeah. My wife's hardcore, as you can imagine.
Hey, we're outside the Slayer show. We're here with Paul from New Zealand, who actually came out for the show. So what prompted this?
Oh, Slayer and Anthrax. I've been an old school metaler for many years, and we don't get this much in New Zealand. I'm from Christchurch. It got ratted from the earthquake, so no one comes here, so I'm splashed out.
Well, I'm glad you made the trip. That's solid. We're here at Luna Park. Just came out of the Slayer show. John Dette slayed that shit. What did you think, Metal Matt?
Man, I saw these guys yesterday. It was nothing like seeing these guys in a fucking big venue. And I'll tell you what, Kerry King is the fucking man.
He's a badass.
He is. He really is.
They're like the AC/DC of metal.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Really?
Better than that.
Better than that.
Way better than Aka man. Way better. Support Slayer, man. Slayer.